In recent years, I think the role of HR directors has become much more central to the organisation. It's very much about what are the strategic objectives for that organisation and how can we fit the HR strategy around that. After all, HR people, I suppose, are known by everyone in the organisation. They're the people that have the greatest reach and involvement. So their role is actually key to actually making a degree of cohesion in the organisation too. As we're moving into recovery, there's a real challenge is in attracting and retaining the right staff. People don't move, obviously, when things are tricky, but currently, now, as things pick up, there are many more opportunities. I think also we're getting to the stage where the generations coming into the workforce now are particularly keen on seeing career opportunities within the organisation. So keeping them interested, keeping that talent development feel through the course of their life in the organisation is becoming more and more important. So I think they need to believe that there's a commitment to them for them to have that same commitment back to the organisation. It's not about a job for life anymore. That stopped a long time ago, but it is about feeling that you have the same values as the organisation, that you feel in tune with them and that you believe you're worthwhile to them and therefore they're worth giving a lot of your energy to. I think after the crash that's happened and all the problems associated with the financial services sector, there's a real change and a shift towards an increasing emphasis on trust, on the need for ethics in management, and the need for a greater degree of transparency. Some of that I think we're seeing through the greater use of social media. I think that's partly for transparency, that's partly for attractiveness of the organisation, to actually make sure it's got the right image. And I think in terms of what people want from leaders within organisations, it's about authenticity, it's about people that you can believe in and follow and have vision. Other trends, I think, clearly in an increasingly globalised environment, there's a need for HR to help managers in very many diverse cultural contexts, and increasingly virtual teams, if you like, is a big challenge that we're seeing currently. I think in terms of what HR directors are particularly interested in when they're talking to us as a university, they're clearly interested in learning and development that's relevant for the immediate needs of their employees, but also possibly has that extra traction of some kind of accreditation or transferable quality that enhances their immediate employability and their future potential. I think we're also seeing a much greater emphasis on developing across the lifetime within an organisation so that you're building your successors, your leaders now. I think there was a recent research done which showed that only about 15% of organisations felt comfortable that they had the leaders that they needed, who they were ready instantly, bench ready. So I think there's again a real emphasis on getting more of your staff ready to take those roles in the future, better succession planning. I think having a clear message is important for HR to get across to staff, that there are pathways for them to follow, and to demonstrate that there is that real commitment, that real energy to it, and the purpose behind that is very closely linked to the strategic objectives of the organisation in the first place. So it feels like it's a well-embedded activity. The Open University is very excited to be involved with the HR's Most Influential 2014. Obviously, influential HR directors play a key role in their own organisations, really pushing the culture and the values of those organisations. But clearly they also have influence broader than their own organisation in their sectors and more widely about changing HR policies, learning and development processes, and the approach to development of talent within organisations. And that's why for us this is very exciting. It very much gels for the Open University with our approach to practice-based learning, that it's not just about developing, it's about how you actually apply that learning to what you do in the future.